of the most popular features of Microsoft Word, simply because you don't have to be an excellent speller or need a top-notch editor to create error-free documents. Spellcheck identifies misspelled words, grammatical errors, punctuation errors, and any number of other errors you want it to find, and allows you to change it. You can either set up Word to let you know there is a misspelling or grammatical error as soon as you type it, and even autocorrect commonly misspelled words for you, or it can be run by using the spellcheck button from the ribbon. Let's look at how a document will appear if spellcheck has been set up to look for errors as we type. We'll open a document that has some misspelled words and grammatical errors. We have set the options to show us any spelling or grammar issues. Notice the misspelled words are underlined red and grammatical errors are underlined blue. At this point, we can right-click on the word that is misspelled and look at the different options that appear and the different suggestions we can select from. We won't change it right now, though. Let's type a commonly misspelled word into our document. Notice how the word received was automatically corrected as we typed it. This can also be set up in the proofreading section of your Word options. We still need to correct our document. We'll run spellcheck using the Spelling and Grammar button located under the Review tab in the Proofing group. Depending on the type of error, either the Spelling pane or Grammar pane will display any errors it finds, as well as any suggestions on the right side of the screen. Now we can choose to ignore the suggestion by clicking Ignore, or accept it by clicking Change. We'll select the correct spelling from the suggestions and click Change. We also could have chosen to ignore an instance of the correction suggestion, ignore all instances in the document, or add the word to the word dictionary so it will not be marked as a misspelled word again. If we add it to our dictionary, it will apply to all of our documents. Let's take a look at how to set up our proofing options. We'll click on the File tab, select Options, and then click Proofing to view the available settings. There are several different ways we can customize the way Word processes spellcheck and grammar. It's best to review the options and choose the one that meets our specific needs. Spellcheck will look for misspelled words in a variety of languages. For example, if we are creating a document in Spanish, we'll need to set the proofing language by clicking the Language button under the Review tab and choosing Set Proofing Languages. We could choose Spanish from this point. For now, though, we'll leave the language set to English and then click OK. Microsoft Word also helps you find synonyms for words you've used by providing a thesaurus that's automatically integrated into Word. Let's find an alternate option for one of our words. We'll click on a word and choose the Thesaurus button under the Review tab in the Proofing group. The Thesaurus pane will open on the right side of the screen and provide a list of suggestions. We can click the X in the upper right corner of the pane if we'd like to close it. If you use Microsoft Word for Business and find that you use a lot of jargon, spellcheck may not recognize the spelling of those words and highlight them as wrong all the time. This can be frustrating, and it can also mean that you will start to ignore these flagged errors and actually overlook a typo that's in your document that's legitimate. Microsoft Word gives you the ability to edit the Microsoft Word dictionary so that it recognizes words or spelling that you use. You can even customize the spellings of specific words. Let's customize our Microsoft Word dictionary. We'll click File, choose Options, and select the Proofing tab. Next, we'll click the Custom Dictionary button in the When Correcting Spelling section. The Custom Dictionaries dialog box will open. We'll click the Edit Word List button. Now we can type our new word in the Word field and select Add. Then, click OK on each dialog box to keep the changes. When you are proofing a document, you may need to know the number of words it contains. You can also select a passage of words to find out how many there are. The status bar at the bottom of the window shows the word count if it has been made active. We saw this earlier in our course. If it is not showing, again, just right-click the status bar and click the option to turn it on. Microsoft Word provides you with two features you can use with your document when you are proofreading it or collaborating with someone. Track Changes lets you electronically edit and show a visual representation of those changes in the document. Comments provide a way for collaborators to communicate with each other by placing notes inside the document. Let's explore the Track Changes feature. We'll turn the Track Changes feature on by clicking the Track Changes button in the Tracking group of the Review tab. Then, click Track Changes from the drop-down list. Let's add the word Senior in front of the word Project in the first sentence. The new word is red and underlined. Now we'll change the word Worked in the second sentence of the first paragraph to Studied. Both words are now red, with the original word crossed out and the new word underlined. Finally, we'll delete the last sentence of the first paragraph. The entire sentence is crossed out and red. If there is more than one reviewer, each person will have a different markup color. We can open the reviewing pane by choosing the Reviewing Pane button in the Tracking group of the Review tab. This view provides an overview of our changes and is handy when working with longer documents. We can turn on the balloons feature to show our revisions on the right side of the document. Let's click the Show Markup button, then hover over Balloons and click Show Revisions in Balloons. We are able to see who made the changes, when they were made, and what the changes were. When we're done making changes, we can easily view what our final document will look like. We'll turn off the proofreading marks by clicking the Display for Review field in the Tracking group of the Review tab and choosing No Markup. To see the proofreading marks and comments again, simply go back to the Display for Review field and change back to All Markup. We can also choose Original to view our original document with no changes. Simple Markup removes the balloons and the tracking in the main document and replaces it with a red line in the left margin to show where changes have been made. All changes made to a document are only proposed changes until they are accepted or rejected. We'll accept the changes by clicking the Accept button in the Changes group of the Review tab. The change is accepted and it moves on to the next change. We'll reject the next change by clicking Reject to the right of the Accept button. We can also choose the drop-down arrow of the Accept and Reject buttons to accept or reject all the changes. Once we're done tracking changes, we just click the Track Changes button to turn it off. Comments let you communicate with other Word users when you are editing a document together. You can insert a comment, send it to someone, and they can reply. We'll insert a comment into our document. First, we'll click on or select the text we want to comment on. Then click New Comment in the Comments group under the Review tab. A comment box is added and connected to the word or phrase associated with it. Now we can add our comment. When finished, we can click anywhere in the document to leave the comment block. In previous versions of Word, comments could only be added individually. In Word 2013, you can respond to comments within the same comment box. We'll click the comment box and click the Reply to Comment button on the right side of the comment box. A new comment will be added under the original comment. The name of the person commenting will show, and their comments will appear in a different color. You can also delete comments when you are finished editing your document. We'll click in one of our comments, right-click our mouse, and choose Delete Comment from the submenu. When editing or reading a document, you may want to change the way you view the page to do a better job of editing it. Let's look at the different viewing options, selecting the View tab, then clicking on the appropriate button in the View group. Print Layout shows how the document will look when it's printed. Web Layout shows how the document will appear as a web page. Outline appears as an outline. Draft will only show you your text and not other objects. The new Read view is an updated and much improved version of Full Screen View that was used in previous versions of Word. In previous versions, your document was just shown on full screen instead of in a window. In Read mode, however, your document appears more like a book or an e-book. Our document is easier to read, and we can flip through the pages by clicking the arrows located on the left and right side of the page. From here, we can access the Backstage view by clicking the File tab in the upper left corner of the window. The Tools option next to File gives us the ability to use the navigation pane to find information in our document. We can search the Internet using the Bing search engine. Just select a word and click Search with Bing under Tools. Just remember, we need to be connected to the Internet for this to work. Finally, we can undo the insertion of a comment that has been added. We can easily add a comment by identifying where we want our comment, right-clicking, and choosing New Comment from the submenu that opens. We can select Edit Document, and we will go back to the Print Layout view where we can edit our document. You can open the navigation pane under the View option the same way we got to it by using the Find button in Tools. We can also click Show Comments to see all the comments that were added to the document. Finally, we can make our document more readable by adjusting the column width, the page color, and the layout. One of the best features added to Word 2013 is the ability to edit PDF files in Word. PDF stands for Portable Document Format. Before now, the only way you could edit a PDF was by using Acrobat Reader or a similar program. Let's open a PDF document by clicking File, then Open. Now we'll find our document, select it, and click Open. A dialog box will open, informing you that the PDF document you've chosen may not have the same formatting as the original when it is moved over to Word. This feature works best with documents that are mostly text. When you're finished making changes, you can save the document as a Word document or back into the PDF format. For example, we'll click the File tab, click Save As. We can update the file name to version 2, then change the file format to PDF, and then click Save. You can find the definitions of words by using a downloaded dictionary. Let's download one of the dictionaries. First, click the Define button in the Proofing group under the Review tab. The dictionary pane opens and a list of available dictionary apps is available. If our app was not listed, we'd need to click the See More Dictionaries link at the bottom of the pane. We'll simply click the Download button and the app is downloaded and our dictionary is available. Word 2013 gives you the ability to download other apps from the Office Store that you can use in Word. These apps include options such as Bing image search apps, Wikipedia apps, and more. Let's download an app that will help us draw diagrams in our document. First, we'll click Apps for Office in the Apps group of the Insert tab. The Apps for Office opens with some featured apps showing. We'll click the link at the bottom of the window, Find More Apps at the Office Store. The Office Store opens from the Internet. We'll find and select the Lucid Chart app. The Lucid Chart app page opens with a description of the app. Next, we'll click the Add button. Then click Continue on the Confirm page to indicate we want to continue adding the app. A page with instructions on how to insert the app is shown. To insert the app, you just need to return to Word, click the Apps for Office button, choose My Apps to see your apps. Finally, select the app you just downloaded and click Insert. It's also now listed under Apps for Office. The app pane will open on the right of the page when we click it, and your app will be available for you to use. The Translate feature allows you to translate a document from or to one of several different languages. We'll translate our document to Spanish. We'll click the Translate button under the Review tab in the Language group. We can easily set up the language we want to translate our document to. We'll click the Choose Translation option at the bottom of the Translate drop-down box. Next, we'll choose Spanish from the Translate to drop-down list. Now that our language is set up, we'll go back to the Translate button and choose to translate our entire document. A dialog box will open, letting us know our document will be transmitted over the Internet for translation. We'll click Send, and the translator webpage will open, and our document will show in Spanish. Printing a document is easy and a task you will need to know how to do. Let's explore how to print. First, we'll click File, and then Print. We can click the Print button to go ahead and print it. However, it's always a good idea to review the settings first. We'll want to make sure the correct printer is selected, then decide how many copies we want to print. Then, if we want to print the entire document or specific pages, by listing the page numbers we want separated by commas. We can also tell Word if we want to print the document on one or both sides of the paper, if it should be collated, and the paper orientation. We can also set the paper size, margins, and how many pages of the document we want to print on one sheet of paper. These options can also be set up from the Page Layout tab. Once we're ready, we'll just click the Print button to start printing. You can easily share documents without having to send them via email as large attachments. We can share our documents a few ways. We can choose Invite People, which is a cloud-based sharing option. First, we'll need to save our document to our SkyDrive. Once we've saved our document to our SkyDrive, we'll return to File and click Share to begin sharing our document. Now we can invite the people we'd like to share our document with. Once we've saved it to our SkyDrive, we are also able to choose additional options, including Get a Sharing Link, which lets us generate a link that will allow people to either view or edit the document depending on our selection. Post to Social Networks lets us post our document to several social networks like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We'll just need to connect to them first. Email allows us to send the file by mail using our default email program, and the document can be sent as an attachment, a link, or as an internet fax. Present Online allows us to present the document online. Microsoft gives us a link to our document that we can share with other people. We can even choose whether they can download a copy of the document or not. We can also post our document to a blog. If we don't have a blog set up, we will be prompted to register for one. We'll bypass that for right now. We can also use the blog template to make sure that our blog is formatted correctly. We'll go to File, click New, and in the Template search field, type the word blog. When we find it, we'll go ahead and open it. We will be prompted to register our blog or wait until later. We'll wait until later for now. However, if we were registered, the blog post toolbar in the blog template gives us a quick way to publish to our blog and manage our accounts.